so
Excuse
much.
me.
Yes.
Um,
Hi. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm in the process of putting together a talk show about Baltimore, and after listening to you two for a couple of minutes, I think you two would actually be pretty ideal for my show. Do you think you may be interested?
Not if we
Look,
gotta do it with her.
Really? Both of us working together, like in unity and
well,
harmony.
yeah, it seemed like the two of you been friends for a long time. Um,
He caught
am
that.
I
He
am I
caught that end of the argument.
am I getting the wrong impression here?
Unfortunately.
How long have you known each other?
All her life.
Yeah.
All her life?
Like 36 years.
A whole 36
The
years?
whole 30.
Yeah.
He old too. You do it a little better though. I'm just saying. But back to what you were saying, sir. I think it would be a great idea. Like, what's the topic of your show? Like, what do you want to highlight?
Well, actually, what we're trying to do is we're trying to build up a better image of Baltimore to outside people after the riots earlier this year. So hopefully, if I can get two people who are symptomatic, pretty good symbols of what Baltimore represent, can bring me different flavors of people around Baltimore. Um,
Ain't nothing more flavor than them pink ass lips.
Bubblegum flavor.
along with also, I guess, a little bit of bite to them. We're not trying to do the Richard Sher and Oprah Winfrey back in the day show, but something a little bit more up to date, a little bit more modern. We have
Well, Oprah is paid now. She started off big now. She got money. She got big money.
well, I'm not promising to turn you into Oprah, but I can at least put you on the internet and let people see you.
Okay, that works. That's fine for me. I don't know about him because he likes fabulousness. He likes a lot of fringe. He likes a lot of bells and whistles. I'm a little more humble. A sexy bell and whistle.
I'm good. We can
Always
do it.
excess.
That's fine.
You can do it.
Get you somebody to, like style you as well. Not so many flavors.
That's so
But
many
that happens
flavors.
in Baltimore. Lots of flavor. Like fruit punch nalinas and stuff. That's my favorite flavor. Ain't it yours?
Okay, well, I guess I can kind of see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
Well, let's start by telling me your names. I guess that would be a good thing to start with.
I'm Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
How are you?
I'm all right. And you, sir?
I'm Gerrell.
All right, Gerrell. Nice to meet you. And you say you've known each other for 36 years.
Yes.
When did you first meet? How did you first meet?
Well, to my knowledge, my mother told me a story that me and her were at Westview Mall. We were walking through and saw his mom. My mother and his mother used to work together. And she said that we were toddlers, maybe like 1.5 years old. And when we saw each other, we just went into a big embrace and we hugged each other.
Aww.
And we wouldn't let each other go. And when it was time to leave the mall, they had to linger a little while longer because we wanted to hang out a little while. So we never
Aww.
stopped, clearly.
That's so sweet.
Thank you.
And what is your first memory of her?
Probably sitting on her steps. We were probably about 8 years old. And when we would go play, see, her parents had this, it was a whistle. It was, you know how that dog whistle is? And we'll be outside playing, and all of a sudden, Shannon done disappeared. She done went ghost. And we know her father done blew that whistle, and she had to go in the house for the night. So that was my father's memory.
First of all, my father didn't blow no damn dog whistle. It was a whistle, like the
No one
homeboy
else
with the
seemed to
fingers in
hear
the
it
mouth
but you.
whistle. That's because y'all was too busy with your antics. I had to be on point.
All right,
Don't
now,
be mad because my daddy cared about me.
Whatever.
Shut up.
is this a typical conversation between you two? Do you usually debate like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, but I guess there's definitely a lot of love there between the two of you. And that's a
at
good
times
thing.
I like her.
Oh,
I
okay.
was going to say I loved them.
All right, now, seeing as though we're trying to do a show about Baltimore, what exactly would you like to highlight?
I'm more so of a person that like to highlight the arts, entertainment, children with talents, children who are trying to do positive things, who are willing to mentor other children with their talents and just spread knowledge about history and our history in Baltimore, our cultural history. I would like to see more of that in Baltimore. I would like to see more activities for families and adults in Baltimore that include more culturally based things and subject matter. So that's something I like to see.
Okay. And you, Gerrell?
Well, I come from an arts background, so pretty much anything that does with the arts, anything from dance, visual art, theater, um, spoken word poetry, everything that comes along with that. I like to feature local entertainers, adult or children, doesn't matter. I also like to focus on entrepreneurs. Young entrepreneurs, it doesn't even matter, young or old, people that are out here that are doing their thing and have been doing it for years that you may not have heard about. And you need to know also what events that are going on in Baltimore, because one thing I always get from people, there is nothing to do in Baltimore. Baltimore is just late, it's tired, and it's not even all of that, it's just the fact, where are you looking? You know what I'm saying? You may not be, you say I want to go to a museum, but I can never find people that go to the museum. I said, well, do you go to the museum? No, because I don't have anybody to go to. Well, actually go, maybe you'll meet somebody. You know, the museum have different events you can go to, but most people don't take the time to research that. So I would like to highlight those type things, and nice little mom and pop coffee shops and tea shops like that, things like that. I think will be very exciting, and open mic events.
Okay. All right. Now, what would you like to call the name of this show?
I think the Bestie Show Baltimore, possibly.
Bestie Show Baltimore. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, I like the Bestie Show because the Bestie Show be hot, and you know, just like they have what they call it, what's that YouTube show they used to have on MTV?
I don't know.
What was it? Real World.
Oh, okay.
Right, they were real World New York, and they would go different ways. So we will be the Bestie Show Baltimore.
Oh, okay. All right. Any other ideas that you would like to see featured in this show?
I like to highlight the little man. Like, it's a lot of people in, about, and around Baltimore who have a big history here and a small following of people who recognize them for something that they do fabulous, whether it be something like something in the arts that's heavy and specific, or just how they make you feel. Like, there are people who are at your local mall, people in your neighborhood, people that own different small businesses or do different things in your community that people know who represent Baltimore. For instance, we have the Running Man. Everybody knows the Running Man in Baltimore. It's a gentleman that's been running for many, many years since I was a small child, and now he's an older guy, but he represents Baltimore to us. Like, that's a person that I would like to speak to. That's a person I would like the outside world to get to know, and not be such a mystery all the time or feel like they're local celebrity but untouchable. I want to bring them to the forefront so they can express themselves and tell us more about them.
And I think, I mean, bringing up the Running Man, you think about health and wellness. I mean, that's really important. I mean, when you look around Baltimore, a lot of us don't look very healthy. You know what I'm saying? And our body image is not up to par. We could talk about self-esteem issues, about self-love and things like that. I could bring in, you know, friends of mine that do spoken word, and we can speak on those topics and, you know, just kind of expound on those type things, because I think that would be very exciting. I think it's something that we need to bring into Baltimore, is to bring that love. You know how Philly is known for brotherly love. I think we need to be just known, we're a charm city, we're charming. So we need to bring that charm out and kind of show it across the nation.
Okay. There seems to be little cliques in Baltimore, and it seems like people don't know about people from Baltimore until they leave Baltimore. Do you think the Besties Show More would be a perfect venue, a perfect platform for people to learn more about local talent before they go national?
Absolutely. And I say that because, unfortunately, a lot of the artists that comes out of Baltimore don't even want to rap for Baltimore. And that I don't understand. Baltimore is known for its rich culture, its heritage when it comes to the arts. I mean, Billie Holiday, we've had some great people that have come through here that have become very successful. And I mean, Oprah had her start here. Come on now. She may not was born and raised here, but she had her start here on TV. So everybody has a start. You have to have a start and launching point somewhere. So why not let the city that gave you the launching
I really can't think of too much else to ask you guys because I don't want to interrupt what you were bickering about before I came up here. But now that you've kind of introduced yourself to people, would you like to say any final words?
My final words are that I'm very happy to be asked to do this show because I feel like Baltimore's a redheaded stepchild of the nation. Like we have so many talented people and great people here, and a lot of negativity is highlighted versus those people. And those people they're what make the city. Like they bring the charm and the beauty and the talent out of this historical place. This is a city that has a huge part in American history. And to me, it's kind of in the low light versus the limelight. And it's a lot of hidden places and treasures that's here that I hope that we'll be able to highlight in the long run. So I feel very happy to be a part of Baltimore Back.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also look at it from that standpoint. I actually moved away from Baltimore for a short period of time, and I went to Georgia. And I get a lot of questions because that is a melting pot of a lot of different cultures, a lot of different people that came from all over the country to move to Georgia in the Atlanta area. And I always get asked the question, is it really like the Wire? Is it really like the Corner? Like, no. Like, I'm not saying you didn't see people throw out testers and people go scavengers like dogs. But, I mean, it wasn't my everyday reality. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore, it's more than just the hood. It's like this beautiful place we're at right now, Patterson Park. It's beautiful out here. You don't get you don't feature these type things on TV. This is not what people get to see. When they look in the movies, they see the harsh part of Baltimore, or the TV shows, they only see the harsh, the hood, the hoodlum part, the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? But you never get to see the beauty of Baltimore, our waterfront, our Canton area. You never get to see our Owens Mills. You never get to see all of the beauty that Baltimore brings to you, all of the cultural aspects. And that's the part I would love to feature. That's the part that I think the Besties show would, just shine off of. And, for my final thoughts, we love you, Besties.